Okay, hi there. Good afternoon. It's Thursday, the 16th of August. I feel like I'm a schoolboy on remedial maths or remedial PT. Uh, I'm back in the breach and I'm trading. Uh, Fortunately, my trading uh, didn't allow me to trade the DAX. I went over that in the last post. And so in terms of remedial, I'm on the DAC. That's on the Bund, the formidable Bund. And you can see that here. I've got the Bund. I've got the Bund ticker here, um, and this is the Bund here. It's in an upward direction. I used to trade the Bund when I was trading at a prop firm. Prop traders like the Bund, and they like it for the following reason: mainly to do with the liquidity involved. So a bit more here now, going up. It's to do with the liquidity. As you can see on the left on the bids, it's very strong. I used to do this one. I call it the fizzy pop thing, where you're getting up to the day's high, which is here 66. 67 is the highest for the day. Usually when it goes there, it sort of goes a little bit higher than the high of the day. So it's a nice steady trade. I'm just sort of doing this to get a little bit of confidence back into the market. I'm going on holiday soon, but I need to dip my oar in a little bit. But it's a lot less volatile than the DAX, and that's probably mainly due to the liquidity. A lot of people do like to talk about Forex, and Forex is very good for retail traders. Well, I say very good, it's very popular with retail traders. What I found is a lot of traders in the city, possibly more likely on Wall Street, they like to trade debt. Definitely, as when I was an interdealer broker, they used to do debt. That was a massive, great big thing. By debt, we mean bonds. Yeah. So you can see this. Hopefully, it might sort of click out. That's where I'm coming out at 70. I might nip out before then. I'm not, not spooked out really. I can get out any time. There's always going to be someone on the other side. Okay, hold on. There's always going to be someone on the other side of that trade. I shouldn't get any requotes on the Bund. Now, government Bund is very popular because government doesn't raise all their funds through taxes, and when they do talk about reducing taxes, it means that they're going to be issuing a lot more bonds, because that's the one way in which governments like to raise money. And the idea is that the better, stronger the economy, the more so people feel that its credit rating is going to be very high. So therefore, they pay less interest, but more people take it as a bit of a safe haven. So investing in countries such as America, supposedly, maybe Canada, but principally something like Switzerland, the government debt there is going to be very good. Unlike, say, poor little Turkey at the moment, the less credit worthy a country is, so their credit rating is going to be bad. Okay, and you're going to get higher interest rates, as you know. But what's important here is the liquidity. A lot of companies, especially into dealer book, there's another market which people aren't greatly aware of. That's the corporate bond market. Okay, and with the corporate bond market, there is no recognized exchange. Okay, so what tends to happen is that when bonds are bought or sold, they tend to hedge it off against the government bonds. So in Europe, they will hedge it against the Bund. Yeah, and so you'll get a lot of movement on the Bund, not by just individual people taking individual positions, but simply people hedging their positions against corporate bonds. Yeah, I used to do it as an interdealer broker one time, and we used to do that. Maybe buy 2, 3, 4, 5 million, sometimes even up to 10 million. And once we've done that trade or brokered that deal, we would hedge it against the Bund. Now, I've been trading the Bund quite a few years before that, and I wasn't even aware that was happening. It's only when I became an interdealer broker that I was aware of that, and it made me think all this stuff about, people trying to get your stops and this and that. I thought it's a load of nonsense, because people are just hedging. They don't really care where the Bund is at this moment in time. They're hedging it against something else. So anyway, I'm on remedial trading at the moment. £100 is good for me for the day. And that's it really, just getting back into the breach. And as I said, I'm using the Bund. The other thing about the Bund is the margins are a lot lower, which is pretty good. You've got lower margins, so you can trade more, you can trade quite aggressively, and if you get a feel for it, you can do good. I used to know some people, they used to put on something like 100 lots on the Bund, and just go for like 4 or 5 ticks a day, yeah, on 100 lot. You go figure that out, yeah. One lot is €10, yeah, and they were very good. Presumably, one of the guys was driving a Maserati. I don't think he had much time to drive the Maserati, but he just bought it because it was surplus money. He wasn't showing off. It was just something which he could afford to do. So, yeah, that's it really. Nothing more to report. That's my P&L. As you can see, it's nothing exciting. What I'm doing is, after my holiday, I'm having a regroup, rethink, and then start trading again. The Turkey situation, shortly after, basically put me right back to where I was after my last major drawdown. Yeah, all the gains what I made, I handed all the way back. So I'm starting at ground zero, 2. Yeah, so that's it. Bye-bye for now.